Well, this looks a little familiar, doesn't it? Hey guys, CodeGuy here, and today we're going to be looking at the AeroView Hangar and my Star Citizen Hangar in 2018. After so many updates and, well, 3 years of development, the game has changed a lot, drastically, in fact. And I decided what we're going to do is take a look at my current hangar and my fleet of ships in 2018. Let's get to it. So one of the things you'll notice is if you look back at my video in 2015, the AeroView Hangar was essentially 3 of these rooms I'm currently standing in, and they were open with that pillar and that pillar standing. And essentially, it was much bigger than this. The reasons why they streamlined it so much, I couldn't tell you. So, this is not my premium hangar, by the way. This is only to demonstrate how much of the game has changed. We're first going to start off with a ship that I actually still own, surprisingly. This is the Aurora MR. This is the second most basic ship in the game, behind the Aurora ES, which is an even lower version of this. However, this is your standard package when you purchase the game for $45. As of right now, it seems like it does not want me to get in, and we'll check it out later, see if it works a little bit better in a while. So this is the Dragonfly, which is like a speeder bike, and essentially its sole purpose is to explore planetary bodies on the surface. Although, according to some recent leaks, it should be able to take flight in atmospheres relatively soon. It's a really fine looking bike. I love it, personally. I just really hope they can fix some of the bugs that currently plague it. Might be able to actually turn it on. We can. Interesting. Now, obviously, we can't take off because, let's just say things would go downhill. But it's nice to see that mounting is working. Now, in game development, it's obvious to see that bugs and issues like that will arise relatively easily, in fact. And this Yellow Jacket is a very prime example of that, because in the actual persistent universe, just getting on this thing is a trip in its own. Now, that thing, the Aurora, is generally stable in the multiverse. Persistent universe. I'm not really sure what it's doing right now. It's sort of doing its own thing, but I don't mind. Whatever. So I believe I have 2 more ships that I can show. Show with the 1 to 2 size landing pads. This is probably my favorite ship that I own right now. At least that is flyable, because this is a fighter that, under the right hands, not saying necessarily my own, can outfight a Hornet. This is called the Drake Buccaneer, and is actually by the same company that manufactures that Dragonfly over there. And it's a wonderful ship. No internal cargo space, basic, sort of like a glass cannon. You can tell tons of hard points. You have, oh man, I don't even know what size that is. I believe it's size 3 or 4. Size 3 or 4, 2 hard points, 1 on each wing. Size 1 on the end of each wing, and then you have a turret up top that can either hold 2 size 3 weapons or 1 size 4 weapon. Massive guns indeed. So, as I said, this is a fighter with no internal cargo space, and its sole purpose is to fight. And it does just that. Fantastic ship. So what I have to do now is, well, I guess I have one more ship to show you. So if you remember, I showed in one of my last 2015 video the Avenger, except that was the Avenger Stalker, and this is the Avenger Titan, which, if you remember in my video, I talked about how the bounty hunting cells in the back of the ship could be replaced in a further date. And indeed they were. So this is a variant of the Stalker that has those removed and is solely meant for cargo hauling, as you can tell. In that video, this right here, let me bring up the door again. This little, I guess, flap right here would stay down, and so you'd have to crouch to get in. But as you can see now, it folds up as the rear door opens, which I just love. Mavlock floors to hold the cargo in place, and you can shut the door internally like this. And you can tell the flap right there, sort of closes. There's very little reason to come in through the back anymore of the ship because there's another way of getting in. The interior is essentially the same inside. There's the bed, and then there's that empty shell. And this ship is going to undergo a rework really soon. And I'm really looking forward to it. So now I'm going to go ahead and remove all the ships and make way for my last ship, my largest ship. My only medium-sized ship, I believe. Although, if I'm right, this Avenger rework may make that Avenger a medium-sized ship. It's quite the upscale. That's really unfortunate that this doesn't want to work. Let me spawn it on a different pad really quick. I'll spawn on the middle one. The middle one generally works the best. Let's see. No, still. Well, hold on. Hey. That's good. Ooh, apparently we're in 0G. It's kind of neat. So this ship has had numerous upgrades and remodels, and I think it's in its finest form yet, in my opinion at least. So you still have the sort of work your way around the chair method to get inside the actual cockpit, but it works. So the thing that's so great about this ship is the amount of screens it has. You can have comms on one, shield distribution, power distribution, weapons. It's just a great ship. You have so much room, so many viewing angles. Now there are bars and ridges running through this entire cockpit, but it also adds rigidity to the entire structure of the ship, so it all works out in the end. It also has a functioning bed, which I will proceed to get in. Now, the sole purpose of beds, as I discussed in 2015. Oh, let's see. Hold on. There we go. Sole purpose of beds is to be able to log out in space without having to go to a landing pad, hotel, rest stop, whatever. And this is important for a number of reasons. Saving UEC, or currency. Simply short on time in the real world or in game for whatever reason that may be. And the logout function in the beds is currently being implemented. In fact, in the persistent universe, there's a logout option which will put you on the main screen. However, it will not carry you over and spawn you back in your ship wherever you logged out. And unfortunately, that'll be re-added in a future date. Both of these doors are functional. And it's nice. I like the ship. It's nice. It's quaint. It does everything it needs to do. No special sauce added. Just basics, which I like. Although I don't actually own that ship. That's a I don't know if it's a loaner ship, but I have it for some reason and I'll accept it. My largest ship, the Freelancer Dur. Now this is the outdated model, and I did not have this when I did my last video. The new Freelancer is much larger. It's a lot more streamlined. It looks a lot nicer. There's no weird tips at the front of the ship. The Dur is not modeled into the game yet. The new Freelancer is just the base model, not the Dur. The Dur will be added in 3.4. We are currently on 3.1, and 3.2 will see the rework of my Avenger, which I'm extremely looking forward to. Wow, I haven't been in this version of the ship in a long time. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to open it. We'll try and go in through the stairs. I did like this integrated walkway through the stairs, though. I kind of miss this. Oh my. Okay. It does not look like it wants to work. So, this is the current state of the hangar system in Star Citizen. Needs a lot of work, but I don't know. They're doing a lot with the PUs, so I can't really blame them for ignoring this part of the game. Hopefully they fix some of these issues. But yeah, so that's my current fleet, and hopefully I will release some Star Citizen content sooner. Hopefully of higher quality. Yeah. Until then, thank you so much. Goodbye.